At the dawn of the new millennium, Janos Marik laid out his plans for a two-pronged offensive with the aim to extend the borders of his nation. Confident the FWLM recovery he had engineered prior made his troops ready and willing to strike at their enemies. On the Lyran front, the main target was to be the Federation of Sky, with Hesperus as the ultimate prize of the campaign. His high command reasoned this would deprive the Commonwealth of vital resources and war-making ability, perhaps making it even vulnerable to its age-old enemy, the Draconis Combine. In the meanwhile, on the Capellan front, the offensive was aimed at the Tyrant corridor region of the Confederation, on the edge of Zion province, and to carve out another chunk of Liao space, just as his father had done before him. In January 3002, Janos Marik granted, with permission from Parliament, to his brother Anton the title of Duke of Procyon and de facto commander of the entire Capellan front. Janos' first offensive was to be against the Lyrans, which began fiercely from the start with his first target, the world of Lauric, in March 3002. This was mainly due to warnings for his pending attack reaching the Lyran High Command in time, with General Katrina Steiner commanding its defense. By the time the FWLM dropships made planetfall, they found the industrial target reinforced with improved artillery defenses, making any approach a fiery nightmare and thus the attack on Lauric bucked down. Although Anton did his best to carry out the mandate given by his brother, his initial assaults grounded to an immediate halt in pitched battles over the worlds of Menkalinan and New Canton, the Capellans showing themselves to be extremely tenacious fighters with a strong martial ethic and the capacity to withstand the predation of his powerful enemies on its borders. Despite the first phase of his offensive still going on after 6 months, Janos Marik was under great political pressure to succeed and thus ordered the activation of the second phase by launching an attack against Solaris 7 in September 3002, which turned out to be a logistical nightmare. Again, by the time of the attack, the Lyrans were well informed of the battle plans. With his troops failing to meet their objectives in their initial landings, the commander of the operation, General Willis Crawford, was unwilling to inform the Captain General of the impending disaster in order to press on the attack. When Crawford finally admitted defeat upon dreadful casualties, one of his evacuating dropships was sabotaged by Lyran Special Forces and exploded upon takeoff. Upon Crawford's return with barely half of his command still intact, Janos raged at the incompetence and insubordination of his field commanders on the Lyran front was by now unbound. While he came close to arrest every single one of them, Janos' anger still demanded some satisfaction, and upon a safe report accounting of General Crawford's conduct, he had him immediately arrested and detained in the Atreus military prison on Caulfield Island. General Willis Crawford was not only a Princefield graduate, but also a classmate and close friend to Acton Marik. Upon the news that one member of his own inner circle was arrested, Anton entered a fierce shouting match with his brother and stalked out of the office without being dismissed. Ultimately, despite the objection of his brother, Janos ordered a summary court-martial of General Crawford with him sentenced to death. On 1st July 3003, the sentence was carried out, the first military execution in the Free Worlds League for more than 100 years. The truth of the matter was that Janos Marik had been overly optimistic with his own battle plans, despite several years of military experience. He had ridden the wave of emotion brought upon by the Millennium celebration and had sought to do in a few years what his predecessors had not been able to accomplish in several centuries. With the after effects of Crawford's execution, Janos interrupted all offensive operations and bought its time. The FWLM did fare better on the Tyrant front by 2006, with Janos taking advantage of Alessandro Steiner concentrated weakness strategy and invaded important manufacturing worlds deeply in Tyrant space, among them Coventry and Pollux. Now approaching 50 years of age, Janos Marik was now a better man, disheartened over the failures of his earlier bold strokes, and became increasingly more isolated in his granite capital. So much so that he didn't bother to inform his brother Anton when he moved troops from the Capellan front to reinforce the Tyrant front instead. Worse still, numerous tragedies struck Janos' families in the following years. His eldest daughter, Therese, was disowned for refusing to marry a prominent member within the Regulan Free States, eloping with a young and dashing artillery captain within the Marik militia named Jeremy Brett, who was cashiered upon their marriage. Both were exiled from court as they relocated on Tamarind. In 3008, his namesake Janos Marik, the youngest child of the Captain General and third child of his union with Anna Stewart, would die of seizure at the tender age of 8. Suffering from a rare form of degenerative bone disease, his wife Anna soon became an invalid before her death in 2011. When his second daughter Faith would die from drug abuse a year later at the age of 23, Janos Marik's resolve was shattered, and he largely withdrew from public life by now. By this point in time, the Parliament have become disenchanted with Janos Marik's leadership, and with his absence, the MP meetings rapidly backslided into the last years of anarchy of Stephen Marik's reign. Still, worse soon came for the Free Worlds League.